There we go.
Wait a minute, that's not the right opener, Rob. That's all right. Well, welcome into the Rob and Kale show. As I'm messing with my sound files this evening. My name is Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us. Got to talk to my buddy who is normally. You are back home now. I recognize the home arena there. Carolina Jackpot. I thought
Jackpot's, he's on. We're on the home court tonight. We've been playing away games for a while now, but we're back in the friendly confines of the Jacket Manor. So all is well with the world. Thanks to everybody who's here. Got 30-some of us already in here tonight. Great to see you. Already got one thumbs down. That's wonderful. There you go. There's a finger for you. And hope everyone else is having a great evening as well as the thumbs downer. Because it takes all kinds to build a village.
You're exactly right about that. But by the way, how the hell are you giving it a thumbs down? We haven't even started yet. Holy shit. Oh, my God.
Because some people are just full of shit like that, Rob. They're just full of shit.
Exactly. I tell you what, man, let's get to it. We've got do our picks this evening. The Atlanta Braves are playing in the World Series. And
I'm up against it tonight.
They're up against it, but that's all right. I have faith they'll be all right. So we are going to pick our games against the spread this evening. There's some sneaky good games we've got that we're going to go over this evening, but let's thank our sponsors. Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. Go by, get yourself some retro video games, get some good food, all kind of good stuff there. Callaway's Bar and Grill. They sponsor the Callaway College. What's that?
So get yourself filled up with some beer and some wings and stop by and say hello to those good folks over there. The greatest double tea. No, excuse me, Golden Tea Lounge in the Midlands of the great state of South Kakalaki.
That's right. They actually have the Golden Tea stops, which if you're into Golden Tea, that's a huge deal. But anyway, we are going to have our live show there on Black Friday, which we determined I can say Black Friday and it's not racist. If you want to come out on Black Friday and meet myself and Carolina Jackpot will be there. I will be there. It's going to be a good time. But they do sponsor the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge, currently being led by Christian Young. He has 50 points, Jackpot. Everybody else is chasing Christian Young right now. So get an opportunity this week to pick him up as we got 11 games to pick.
Yep, join me in heating up this week because this is just about the time when I start to heat up. So I want the rest of you join hands around the fire and heat up with me as well.
Yeah, it's the day after Thanksgiving there, Jerome. The day after Thanksgiving. So there you go with that. All right, so let's also thank DNC Trucking and Transport, longtime sponsor of the program. We have a Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot. Uncle Jackpot, tell us a story.
It sucks to be a Gamecock. We are the first team in history to not be favored against the bye week. Shane Beamer is a sunshine pumper. We may not win a game the rest of the season. We are an absolute shithole. It forever sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
A message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. We appreciate Dennis sponsoring the show. So there you go with that. All right, so Jackpot, let's get into it. Let's see what we got here. We are going to share the actual picks here so everybody can see them, see me do my picks. All right, make sure that looks good on the stream. Yep, everybody sees that. There you go. There's your week 9 picks. And Jackpot, I tell you what, man, what the hell? Let me refresh this. It's acting silly. There we go. All right, so we got 11 games, Jackpot? Why is this thing not this thing's being stupid? Oh, well, that's why. Okay.
Is it the operator or is it just?
And it's me. So there's that.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I don't want to let me open that field. That's all right though. All right, first one is we'll do FSU at Clemson last. Let's start with UNC at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 4-point favorite at home, Jackpot. North Carolina's been disappointing. I believe you called them a wet fart. That is very true.
Yeah, I don't. Well, they're a runny wet fart because they actually can move around a little bit. I for some reason I sneaky think they might do okay in this game. But I think Notre Dame is going to get ahead in this game. Like a maybe 21-14, something like that, 24-14 maybe, and just kind of switch to their running game, that power running game, and just kind of lock it down a little bit. Maybe Sam Howell makes a couple mistakes. I think he'll throw the ball around a little bit, but in the end, this is one of those 7:30 games over on NBC / the Cock Network. Where those games are shown at, and will be watched by about 15 people outside the state of Indiana. But I'm gonna go on ahead and go with Notre Dame to cover here. I think they get the win here at home, going against the grain. A lot of people are picking UNC to cover in this one. I really don't know why. I mean, they lost to Florida State at home. They almost lost to Miami. They lost at Virginia Tech, and Notre Dame, while not one of the great Notre Dame teams that we've seen, I mean, has quietly been putting together a pretty decent season. They only got to one loss, so to me, it's pretty obvious. I'm going with Notre Dame.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. I think that Notre Dame is, I don't want to say they're underrated. I think they're just about right. I'll take Notre Dame there and give up the 4 points. And now my entire computer is just being silly with the damn form here. That's all right, though. Up next, Penn State at Ohio State. Ohio State is a 12.5-point favorite. They've been playing some pretty good football, Jackpot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which way you rolling there?
Ohio State, easy money, easiest pick of the week. Lock, stock, and two smoking barrels at 12.5 points. Holy shit. I would have. I mean, I lean toward looking at Penn State at this line now. It's actually like 18.5 or closer to 20 in some places. And I was thinking at the logic of, well, they're coming off that loss to Indiana, and or Illinois, they're coming out focused, this, that, and other. And then I'm like, fuck, no, they're not. Look how many points that Ohio State's been putting up, especially like the past 4 or 5 weeks of C.J. Stroud. And I hear all these so-called experts over there talking about, well, C.J. Stroud hadn't faced a lot of pressure in the pocket from some of these other teams that they've been carving up. You think that in none of those games that he's faced absolutely no pressure in the pocket? Give me a damn break. I mean, they've been beating teams by 40 points, 40, 45 points. I mean, Big Ten teams. So, I think they cover against I think they'd cover 28 against Penn State. I like Penn State and all, but the reality of it is that Ohio State's just a monster right now. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, I kind of agree, and I think Ohio State's gonna. I think they're just kind of pissed with the whole since they lost to Oregon. Yep. I'm gonna take Ohio State. I think that they win. They win big there. I think they're gonna
bend them over and give them the old 9-inch scarlet and gray Peter right up the wahoo, along with purple veins on each side.
That's better than the orange dick that Tennessee fans were talking about.
The Dr. Vol, it's got mustard on the tip.
Of course it does.
Looks like a corn dog that laid out in the sun too long.
Those nasty fucks. All right, Kentucky at Mississippi State. Kentucky is a 2-point underdog on the road up against the Pirate. Basically, one team focuses on defense, the other on offense, Jackpot. Which way you rolling there, buddy?
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what is better than Kentucky football.
Cheetos?
Yeah, dang it. Carolina Jackpots, candy corn. I don't understand Mike Leach's logic in saying that this stuff is not good. Candy corn is fucking delicious. And then henceforth why He's an idiot because you can find this all year long, and it's good. I mean, delicious. I mean, you can use it for fish bait. If you want to, you can use it as a snack. You can throw it at people. And look, here you go. Even Ziggy likes it. Mike Leach is an idiot. But his football team has not lost to Kentucky in Starkville since 2008. We've been saying that I think Kentucky's a farce. I don't think they're that good. One of those wins they've had again against teams that just aren't very good. Gamecocks, Missouri, Florida, when Florida looked like garbage. Give me Mississippi State, the Bulldogs, too much cowbell in Starkville on Saturday evening. Mike Leach's team gets the win.
The candy corn's disgusting. Sorry, brother.
Candy corn's great.
I'm taking Mississippi State because I don't
you like candy corn? Yes, you do like candy corn. You do like candy corn.
I think Ziggy would eat like a fucking, I don't know. Ziggy would eat like prison meatloaf or some shit.
Ziggy's got in there before. When I feed him,
yeah,
his dry food, and he gets a can of wet food, one of the Purina ones, and I literally have to take it after I'm done with it and shove a paper towel down inside of it and bury it way down at the bottom of the trash can. What's called the cash can? Wish I had a cash can. The trash can in the kitchen, because if it's anywhere near the top, he'll dig the damn thing out and just start licking the inside of it, chewing it whole. He'll chew up the fucking can. Hurt himself.
Okay. I'm going with Mississippi State.
Tom Winfield said he loves candy corn. It's one of his favorites. There you go. See, we got a candy corn fan in the room.
Ole Miss is at Auburn. Ole Miss is a 1-point favorite over Auburn. Jackpot, which way you rolling there, buddy?
I think that defensively that Auburn is going to have just enough to neutralize that Ole Miss offensive attack. And I think that, Ole Miss kind of has a little bit of trouble, it seems like, with quarterbacks that can run around a little bit. Hidden Ho can run around a little bit as well as throw the ball. He gave him a little bit of trouble up there at Tennessee. And Bo Nix can run around a little bit. He's gotten a really bad rap in his 3 years at Auburn. But I think he comes out and has himself a decent game on Saturday night in Jordan-Hare Stadium. And I like Auburn in this one. Give me the Barners, the War Tigers, the Plainsmen, the whatever the fucks to cover against Ole Miss and get this win.
Basically a pick 'em. I mean, it's literally flipping a coin here.
Steve Hammond says Auburn sucks.
Let me ask my son, Jaden, which way you want to go? Auburn or Ole Miss? Which one do you like? He wants Auburn, so we're going with Auburn. There you go. Good pick, son. If we lose, then I'll blame you. Auburn -1. That's the pick from my boy. Very good, son. Next matchup is the Super Bowl for Georgia and Florida here, basically.
Who is it? Randall says, no way Auburn beats Ole Miss, Jack. Yes, there is a way. Do you think that Auburn is a better football team than Tennessee? Come on. Auburn's a better football team than Tennessee. I hate to admit it because, I don't like either one of them, but I really hate Auburn. Fucking hate Mike Bobo's goofy ass. But the reality of it is they've been putting together a pretty decent season.
I don't know. Maybe the whole Harsin thing will work down there. I don't know.
Maybe.
Georgia and Florida, Jackpot. Which way you rolling with this matchup? Georgia's a 14-point favorite.
I kind of wanted to buy into the whole blah, blah rivalry game thing. Florida might keep it close. They're going to come out and fight hard. The running quarterback can move the ball in Georgia, but I just don't see it happening. I don't know who's going to start at quarterback for Florida. It might be the Richardson guy, which they've been keeping him around all year. They didn't start him when he wasn't injured, but Mullen said he was injured. And now all of a sudden you're planning on possibly starting him in the biggest game of the season for you so far. Just the outward appearance of the game, if you could win the damn thing. it's your biggest rivalry game of the year. You're going to start him. Doesn't make any sense there. I don't think it's a very good move either way. I think that Georgia leans on them and blows Florida out after half. I think Florida's confidence was just shaken after in that loss to Kentucky. Then they came out, played horrible last week against LSU, or the week before last against LSU, tried to come back, couldn't. I just think they're just a defeated ball club right now. And I look at Georgia's defense, and honestly, it's one of the best I've ever seen. Probably the best I've ever seen. I can't think back far enough to think of a team that was more dominant on the defensive side of the football in college anyway. So going ahead and give me Georgia to cover there.
So I don't have any confidence in Florida, and I think it's kind of interesting. And I was talking about it on my show today that it's Dan Mullen's the quarterback whisperer, but a quarterback that's not tall enough to see over his own offensive lineman is probably going to hand him his ass this weekend and won't have to throw, but maybe 15 to 17 balls on the night, because I think Georgia's going to control the game. So I like Georgia's defense better than as Georgia's defense is the main reason that I like it here, because I just think they're going to stop all that bullshit that Florida tries to do.
We can't have any more. We're going to rot our teeth out. Can't have no more.
Yeah. Anyway, I like Georgia to win, and I think they're going to win like 30-10. So I think that's what it'll end up being. I think Florida will get a garbage time touchdown, so they can have that. But give me Georgia to win there. 30-10 is my pick there. So give me Georgia minus 14.
James Thompson says you can't remember anyway. You're usually passed out. I'm sure he's referring to me. Who on this chat has not passed out on a college football Saturday at some point or another? I'll make show of hands. Maybe one or two if they're underage. But James, go eat one. I mean, here, Troy, I don't really give a shit.
I think Caden doesn't misunderstand what I said. I said Georgia wins 30-10. I don't understand what Caden's problem is. 30-10. They get a garbage time touchdown in the fourth quarter. So there you go with that. That's what I think is going to happen. And by the way, that'll be I read something today that was kind of interesting. That will be Dan Mullen's fourth SEC loss of the season before fucking November. I mean, he'll have 4 SEC losses by the time everybody goes out to go trick or treating.
He played Alabama close though. They get a banner for that this year. They played Alabama close, but they also shit the bed against Kentucky.
I guess you get a trophy for that. So there you go with that. Anyway, so there you go. I got Georgia minus 14. Michigan at Michigan State.
Here by Joey Guyton. Joey says Georgia probably win, but just like all dogs, they lick their own ass. That's poetry. Oh,
Chris Rich says, I said if you both picked us, I would super chat. I'm a man of my word. Well, thank you for the super chat.
Super chat, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. That doesn't determine our picks, but yeah, there you go. But Chris did say send the super chat, so there you go. Andrew Fennin, who has been coming in here saying remember when you said no deleting videos this year, Kale? Way to be a man of your word. Sir, if you don't like the content that Jackpot puts on his channel, politely fuck off.
What video was deleted? I did 2 fucking live streams on Saturday night. I don't upload them. I do a damn live stream, it didn't upload. So, I mean, it goes away after it's over with. Unless you upload it like we do this one. I don't think you know how YouTube works.
Yeah, if you want to see Jackpot streams, then damn it, when he live streams, fucking be there. You can't just come back and watch whatever the fuck you want. Just be there. Holy shit. Anyway, there you go with that. All right, so next matchup, Michigan at Michigan State. Michigan's a 2-point favorite on the road at Michigan State. Jackpot, which way you like there, man?
Mercy. What is the spread on that with us here?
Michigan -2.
Yeah. There's going to be a really, really close ball game, and something to me, it keeps on telling me Michigan 27, Michigan State 24. Either that or I'm seeing Michigan 24, Michigan State 21. So I'm going to go with Michigan to cover that 2 points. And I had it at 4.5 on the pick'ems I do. The long form ones, the 40 or whatever I usually do. But I took Michigan State there because the line was a little bit bigger. I think it's going to be a really tight game, and I just see a 3-point margin. I think Michigan's going to win. They got that power running game, and I just for some reason I just think that Michigan's just a little bit better of a team than Michigan State is. I mean, but this game is in East Lansing, so it could go either way. But I just lean Michigan for some reason.
Yeah, I kind of like Michigan too. Michigan State at the beginning of the season, the over and under for them was at 4. So there was not a lot of love there with Michigan State. I think that their schedule has been kind of light, in my opinion. And I think
both their schedules have been pretty light, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
You would have looked at that Washington game for Michigan early in the offseason and said, hey, that's going to be an early test. And I think a lot of people said that's going to be an early test in the non-conference at home for Michigan. And they just, absolutely just destroyed Washington, who is actually a terrible team. So that was just par for the course. But neither one of them have really played a lot of good competition. Their Big Ten schedule is definitely backloaded, both of those teams.
I think Michigan, I like Michigan to get the win here, and you're right about that. Both of their schedules are light, but I just think Michigan, I think Michigan State's one of the more penalized teams in the Big Ten. If I read that somewhere yesterday.
Are they the Gamecocks of the Big Ten in that aspect? Because we get
I wasn't trying to rip your team, Jackpot. I was trying to be nice, but yeah, they do get penalized a lot. So there's that. All right, next matchup is Iowa at Wisconsin. My friend at work had a name for this that I feel bad putting it out there, but it is kind of funny. Let's just call it he called it the White Man Bowl, which I thought was
the White
hilarious.
Fullback Bowl. It's a wet fart bowl.
Yeah, that's basically what he called it. But Iowa, Wisconsin -3. Which way you rolling, Jackpot?
Yeah, I think Iowa's definitely a better team than Wisconsin. I think this line is a little bit of an overreaction to Iowa losing 24-7 to Purdue a couple weeks out, and then Wisconsin turns around and handles Purdue last week. And look, I mean, that's just one of those things that happens. I mean, Purdue is one of those teams who will sneak up and take down one of the better teams in the Big Ten ever saw. And we saw them do it to Ohio State a few years ago. Actually kept them out of the playoffs, if I'm thinking the right year. But otherwise, doesn't do a whole lot. I still think Iowa's a really, really good team defensively. Both these teams are. But I think Iowa is going to be able to do just enough here to get the win at Wisconsin. Even though they are good defensively, but I think other than that, Wisconsin's not very good. So going ahead, and I'm going to take Iowa here.
I like Iowa as well. I think that Wisconsin's still trying to figure out who they are, and that's not where you want to be when it's Halloween. So give me Iowa +3.
I still like to see Wisconsin do well, though, and for Ches Malusi to have another good game. Another young man that was lied to and got out of the shithole just in the Nicodemus of time.
I won't even address that nonsense. BC is at Syracuse. BC is a 3-point underdog on the road to the Orange. Which way you going there, Jackpot?
This is usually a tight game. And lots of times you'll see the underdog covering it. I think that Syracuse covers this game. I think they got a nice win last week. Could come from behind win at Virginia Tech there in the closing minutes of that game. I think that was a little bit of a confidence builder for them. And I think they get the win here too. I think that their running back. Help me out with his name, Mr. Tucker. Is
The
that it?
all-purpose guy, yeah.
Yeah, I think he has a pretty good game here against that BC defense on the turf there in the lit up Carrier Dome, and I like Syracuse in this one. I think that these teams come together nice. Garrett Schrader having a nice year too, and no, I think they pull together, win this. I think they send him out a winner at the end of the season. I think old Dino Babers gets to keep his job another year.
Yeah, I like Syracuse too. So I think that Boston College, they were so set with Jerkovich, and I think since he got injured, people have figured out, hey, what they're going to do. So
Yeah, jerk being the operative word. Yeah.
Miami at Pitt. Pitt is a 10-point favorite. Jackpot, which way you rolling there, buddy?
I've covered every number this year except for one, so it's kind of hard to go against Pitt at home. I think this is probably a bad spot for Miami too, just situational wise. Coming off of a nice home win against an NC State team that, quite frankly, is better than Miami. They kind of outdid themselves there a little bit, and I actually called that one. I called that for some reason. I just thought Miami would come out and win that game. But I think that they come out flat in this one. I think it's going to be cold in Pittsburgh, a noon game. I don't think they're going to be ready for it. I still don't think that Manny Diaz is a very good coach, and I think that he could see himself with a pink slip after the last game of the season. But I'm not that high on them. Pitt, as I said, has covered all the numbers this year, and I look for them to do it again here. Probably another 2-touchdown win or so, maybe a little bigger than the win against Clemson last week. Going ahead and let me take the Panthers to cover against the turnover chain.
Yeah, I thought that it would be a little bit closer on the line than this, because I thought that after they picked up the win over NC State, but the easy money says to go with Pitt, but I'm going to take Miami plus 10. Why not? Let's see what happens there. It might shock some folks. We'll see.
They could. I mean, Pitt could come out flat. They could say, "Well, we finally got over that Clemson hurdle." I mean, yeah, granted, Clemson sucks this year, but I mean, it's still name-wise. I mean, it's still a big win for Pitt. So yeah, there's that. Could come out a little bit flat. Never know.
And then we have two more. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nothing. Go.
No, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off there, buddy. North Texas is at Rice. This is the Kale Hall special. Jackpot's got us with a directional school from Texas and a fucking side dish. Which way you rolling, Jackpot?
Okay. The side dish last week actually pulled a big upset on the road for the 30-24 win at UAB. A team that really didn't give up a lot of points and was like a 3-touchdown favorite over Rice. Over on the flip side, North Texas was at home, and they fought pretty hard and ended up going down in the end to Liberty, which is a really good team, 35-26. So both teams playing a little better. I think North Texas has played a little bit of a softer schedule than Rice has. Rice has gotten housed by both Texas and Arkansas earlier in the season. So I think the running game of North Texas here might be just enough as the short dog to make them a barking dog. And I like the North Texas Mean Green / Eagles on the road to take care of the side dish.
I'm going to take the side dish. I thought about taking the push. I really did. I mean, it's just hard for me to take that push.
Yeah, but two is it 2 or 3?
It's 3. 3 is the line.
Well, three is one of the quote unquote key numbers, I guess. So that's I've never taken a push in this contest before. Although we have them like at least every other week we have a push.
Well, we had 2 last week. So that's, I don't know. This looks like the game to take the push in because, but I'm going to go with the side dish. I'll take Rice. Final
Chris
game is
Rich, it's not Call Hail specials. They're Kale Hall specials. I don't know if you're trolling with that comment, sir, or if you just mixed up some letters there, but I thought I'd just give you a spelling lesson. Either way, appreciate it.
Fair enough. Final game is FSU at Clemson. FSU is a 10-point underdog. They've been playing some better football, Jackpot. They really have.
Won 3 in a row.
Yeah. I'll pick first, and then we'll let Jackpot go here. It's hard for me to pick Clemson to cover anything when they can't get past 17 against an FBS opponent. I just the Clemson offense is an absolute shitter, and I'm at the point now where
and now they're down another running back, right?
Yeah, Kobe Pace isn't playing; he's in COVID protocol. I'm at the point now where you've already got a shit season. You might as well let your second stringer play. It's not like you're gonna let Uiagalelei. You've already let him try to play his way out of it, and it's cost you. So, fuck it. Play the second stringer until Clemson can score more than 17 points. It's really hard for me to say, hey, they're going to give up 10 and win. Wouldn't be surprised if they lost this weekend, to be completely honest with you. Give me FSU plus 10.
I looked at this and I said to myself, Jackpot, at some point this season, Clemson's going to win. And when I say win, I mean not just on the scoreboard. I mean, it's very hard to go 0-12 or very hard to go 12-0. Very hard to do that against the spread or straight up. I just don't see how Clemson's not going to cover the spread at some point this year. I mean, I'm sure teams have done it before. So that's why I thought for a minute I kept on having, for some reason, Clemson 23, Florida State 10 in my head. I just think that they would come out and play a really good game. But at Florida State, they can move the ball a little bit. Especially on the ground. Now, Clemson, especially with a decent defense still, even with all the injuries. But the thing that worries me about Florida State is they have a lot of passing yards. But Clemson can't pass the ball. So there's that. I'm going to take Florida State to cover because of what you said. They hadn't covered one all year. Until they do, I'm just going to keep on picking them not to. So I'll take Florida State. I think Florida State, this is one of those things where I think Norvell will have this team up for this game. I think they'll have them up for the game. Realize that this is their chance to avenge that. Whether they do, a couple of years ago, I think Clemson beat them like 70-14 or something in their house. It was really no, it wasn't that bad. It was like 50-something to 14.
It was pretty bad. I mean, the last time
it was a game there where there was like the Florida State fan that was like sitting in
the book, right?
He was reading a book.
And
Trevor Lawrence just threw all over him. Was it like 2018? It was like 50-something to 10 or whatever. I'm like, they got. I know it wasn't. It was under a previous coaching staff, but that's got to be a point of pride there. This used to be a huge rivalry within the ACC. I don't know what happened to it. I think Florida State covers.
So let's see here. I'm trying to find. Yeah, I've got Clemson winning that game big. Yeah, Clemson won in 2018, 59-10.
Yeah, that was the game
at Florida State.
Yeah,
so,
that was the book on the shitter game.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Yeah. All right. So there you go. There's our picks. We'll take some calls before we get out of here.
I think Louisville was the team Clemson beat 70-something to 10 or something that year.
Yeah, that was like, I can look that up. I've got it right here. 77. Yeah, it was 77-16.
Yeah. When does Clemson play them this year? What
I think they're next.
is
Yeah,
that
I
a
think so. Look it up. I don't know.
is that a
Yeah,
road
look it up.
game?
Yeah, I think hold on, I'll tell you really quick here, but the Clemson schedule, let's see here. Yeah, let's see here. So they welcome in Florida State and then go to Louisville next week, followed by UConn, Wake Forest, and South Carolina.
Okay, next week. All right, that's potential L next week.
Yeah.
I think you might beat UConn though. You may even cover the spread against them. They are fucking. They are hot garbage. Watched them last Friday night on the way home from our trip, and God, they got housed at home by Middle Tennessee State, like by 50 something to 14. I mean, that's bad. That's really bad, man.
All right, out to the phones we go. 803-470-2905. Good evening. Welcome to the Rob and Kale Show.
Yeah, I want to talk the Kentucky-Mississippi State game.
Have at it, man. What you got?
Well, I think Kentucky can go down there. And I know we haven't won down there since Dukakis was in office. But with all the off-field issues they've got at Mississippi State, you know, kids wandering off and they're focusing on Halloween and trick-or-treating, I think Mark Stoops can go down there. Mississippi State has a bad habit of playing down to the competition. I think Stoops can go in there and lull this game to a just drizzly 17-13 win or something like just something, you know, just normally wouldn't happen. And I like Kentucky and the spread, and I think they'll cover by 1 point. And I know there's been a statement that you kind of hope Clemson meets Kentucky in the Duke's Mayonnaise Bowl. You imagine what would happen if Will Levi's got hopped up on mayonnaise and Mountain Dew and played y'all? You might want to reconsider that. Big Barney Ross, I'm out.
You Kentucky fans are so precious. Bless your sweet little hearts and thinking that you have a valid football program. Bless your heart.
You know what? If that happened though, seriously, would Clemson not be? Well, let me see now. Let me think back to when we were in it. Yeah, no, 2018 wasn't. Clemson would be the first team, I think, to start off the season in the Duke's Mayonnaise, previously the Belk College Football Kickoff, and end it in the Duke's Mayonnaise Bowl, formerly the Belk Bowl. I was thinking the Gamecocks did it when we lost to Virginia in 2018, the Belk Bowl, but it was the previous season, 2017, when we played NC State and beat them in the Belk College Football Kickoff Classic, a game that we had absolutely some member of this show said we had absolutely no chance of winning, and the Gamecocks went out there and just showed out. Deebo Samuel ran the kickoff back for a touchdown. Those were the days. They were good old days. Good old days.
Sure. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
What's up, guys? Beg and Megan.
Hi, Beg and Megan.
Good evening.
I've got to get
first,
your music. Go ahead, Beg and Megan.
Let me congratulate Jackpot, first of all, on being ranked higher than Florida momentarily in recruiting.
That's true.
I do want to say, I think if Saturday goes like I think it's going to go, if we just beat the crap out of Florida, I do think South Carolina is going to catch Florida at a great time in the schedule. Would you not agree there, Jackpot?
Yeah, I think catching them. I think whether they either get beat down or whether they actually perform pretty well. I still think either way we're catching them at a good time. The only thing that concerns me about Florida is pass rush. I got a couple of decent defensive ends that can put the hammer down on a quarterback. And nobody that we've had has been extremely mobile. Now, I will say that Jason Brown, for what it's worth, that kid, in the limited amount of action he's seen this year, he's shown more ability to get away from a pass rush than anyone else on the roster. Did you see the touchdown that he threw, Rob? And I know it was in garbage time at the end of the game, but they were bearing down on him. Dude drops back. He's getting chased. He does a total 360 and kind of fires the ball against his body. And nice touchdown pass there. So, a little bit of promise there from the kid.
Well, I can assure you there will be no bigger Gamecock fan 2 weeks, the week after this Saturday than I, sir.
You'll never be as big of a cock as I, but you can try.
Yeah. Everybody talking about cocks and dicks.
Yeah, that was perfect timing there, Rob. I got to give you that. Yeah. Let me ask you, Jackpot, are you seeing anything so far? I know in the heat of the moment it's easy to cuss Frank Beamer, but are you seeing anything in Frank so far that really concerns you, or do you just chalk this up to kind of exactly how you thought the season was going to go anyway?
I chalk it up to, I thought this was going to be a rough year. Now, I think there's just a lot of excuse making on the offensive side of the football. And I really don't. I thought that coming over from Oklahoma, that and I get you're the head coach, that you let your coordinator script the plays, you let them kind of call the game, and then you step in if you have to. And I get that. But I thought that, my gosh, his last stop being 3 years at Oklahoma, working up under Lincoln Riley, with some of the playmakers that we had on that offense, I just thought the offense would just be more explosive than what it is. And they could say, well, it's a lack of talent. It's not that much of a lack of talent. They have some playmakers on the offense still. So their offensive line has really disappointed me as well. I thought South Carolina's problems were going to be on the defensive side of football this year. And it's been the total opposite for me, outside of a couple of outliers defensively. So, I mean, at this point in the season, if you put a gun to my head, I would say we'd be 4-4 right now. But I would think that South Carolina would probably be averaging closer to 30 points a game than the 12 or whatever we're averaging a game right now, and that we'd be giving up like 35 points a game. Instead, it's like the opposite's true. So,
Are you following recruiting to the point where you feel like there's a few kids you got to get, otherwise you kind of see it as a failure on Beamer's part this year, or are you not really paying attention to it that much?
Well, I mean, I've been following it, and he's picked up a couple of 4-star offensive linemen so far, and I think he's got like maybe, I don't know, Rob. He's in maybe like 4 or 5 more spots.
I think they've got 4 spots left.
They can fill in this class, So I think he needs to pick up another offensive lineman from somewhere. I think they need to pick up another couple decent defensive backs. They had their eyes on a kid from Pennsylvania that was a high 4-star that was higher than I don't know, whatever that kid's name was. It was a quarterback that decommitted from us a few months back.
Rumor has it that he's saving 2 of those spots for the transfer portal. He's going to try to go out and get some help with 2 of those spots for the transfer portal. So we'll see.
Yeah.
What about dynamic QB? Somebody with some wheels on him. Anybody like that?
Well, we've got is he a 4-star quarterback? Braden Davis. Where's he from?
Oh God, I can't
remember.
Maryland.
He's from Maryland. I think somewhere in Maryland. It may have been Marshawn Lloyd's high school. Got him coming in. So I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews on him. I've heard that he's got a nice touch, delivering the football. And I've also heard some people say he don't look that good. So who knows? But Brandon Kuhn said something about Antonio Williams from Dutch Fork High. That's a football powerhouse down in the Midlands here in South Carolina. If you don't know, Now you do the Silver Foxes, yeah, and that kid's getting recruited by a number of big time schools. So if we picked him up, that would be a hell of a get. We need to start getting players like that from around the Columbia area. Who was it like this? What was his name? The Jalen Hyatt kid that plays for fucking Tennessee. Didn't he from like Irmo or somewhere like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's right.
Too many kids like that. So I kind of need to get away from them. Too many in-state kids, especially it's in-state kids from the Columbia area. There's just no excuse for that.
Yeah, like Channing Tindall's having a great year for Georgia. He's obviously from Columbia, the former 5-star. But yeah, I got a question for you. One last question, Jackpot. I know you were just recently on vacation in Daytona. You complained about the noise, and I'm telling you, Daytona is one of the nastiest beach towns in the state of Florida. You ever consider just going a little further north up to St. Augustine? Because we couldn't see everything obviously in that room, but it looked like something that the Griswolds would stay in. It was not a good looking place. You ever consider St. Augustine?
No, and the thing about that place that pissed me off, I'm gonna tell you about it. That place, I've stayed there 2 times, right? I have a timeshare. I've stayed there twice with my timeshare with the points from it. Okay. And we have had the rooms we've had have been nice. Both of them had balconies. You were overlooking the beach. I mean, it was just great. You could go out there, chill, whatever, drink, listen to the surf. I play on my iPad, just do whatever, And this one I get, and I had to do it through booking.com because I didn't have any points left, but I still want to stay in the same place. And we get down there, I'm like, a suite? There's no view. I had a fucking view of the hallway. There was one kitchen table in there with 2 fucking chairs. That's 2 chairs. It had fucking crayon drawings on the top of it. Somebody had drawn with crayon. I'm like, this is bullshit. So I went and complained. I'm like, look here. I'm like, I'm an owner. I'm like, I just don't have any points, so I booked it regular. I'm like, y'all need to upgrade my room. And the little kid's like, well, we can't do that because because of the what we had down here last week. Okay, last week was bike week, and I said, okay, yeah, last week was bike week. So what the fuck does that have to do with this week? Oh, well, it's just the way that things have overlapped and blah blah blah. Oh, he said we can put you in another suite, but it would still be basically the same floor plan. I'm like, just forget it. I'm never coming back here again. I do like we did ride up the coast. Flagler Beach is a nice place. If you keep on going past that, you get into Ponte Vedra Beach, which I couldn't. I didn't even get out of the car there. That place is like that's like Rob. I don't know if you've ever been there before. There's gated communities and shit there. And I asked my fiance. I said, we're in this entire 5-mile strip. I said, how many of these people? I said, in this entire 5-mile strip, you think mow their own grass? She's none.
I felt bad for Jackpot last week because I think it was whatever it was you were doing the show from down there. Someone said Jackpot's got to get out of the Super 8. I tried to defend him, but holy shit,
it wasn't the Super 8. It was the damn Ocean Walk.
They ocean fucked you. That's what they did.
Yeah. The only time in my life I've ever seen a pregnant hooker and she was working, it was in Daytona Beach. So that's all you need to know.
I believe it. I mean, the place is nice.
How much did she charge you, Megan?
It was discounted, I promise you.
On the beach is nice, and if you stay on this side of I guess you call it the A1A or the Atlantic Boulevard or whatever, but anything past on the other side, and especially if you cross over the big bridge over the intercoastal waterway there into the kind of the heart of the city part there. I mean, it's real ghetto. I mean, it's like, I don't know, Rob. I mean, it's like Columbia / Gaffney, Orangeburg, any ghetto South Carolina town you could think of on steroids.
Yeah. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, he was right about Ponte Vedra. I finished up my degree at the University of North Florida, and I lived in Ponte Vedra at the time, and those were some of the snobbiest, richest people I've ever seen in my life. It's a different area, but St. Augustine, hey, look into that instead of Daytona next year. I think you'll be happier with it, Jackpot.
Since we're talking about beaches, everyone talks about, hey, go to Myrtle Beach. It's called Murder Beach down here for a reason. You can stand out on your balcony and actually watch people get shot. It's absolutely true. That's not a joke. Every summer, there's some Facebook live stream of somebody they shooting. They're still making sure they get you that good HD footage as people are running away from the gunman as they shoot at people on Ocean Boulevard. But don't go to Myrtle.
They're over there talking about Gulf Shores. I think that's now. Did you know that there's actually a little bit of beach slash coastline in Alabama? Rob, did you know that?
Yeah, no, I didn't. Did not know that.
I think that's. But there we go.
Yeah, we're talking about all this beach shit. It's gonna be cold as fuck tomorrow. Anyway. Anything else for the show? Megan, what's your pick, man? You gonna tell us what you pick here or what? Am I stupid picking Georgia 30-10?
No, I'm getting more and more bullish on Georgia, and I really, for Jackpot's sake, and for the fact that I absolutely hate Florida, I really hope not only does Georgia win, but they just beat the crap out of them to where they've got some key injuries, stuff like that. As far as South Carolina's ability to pull off the upset the following week. So I'll leave you with that, guys. Enjoy the show. See you.
Thanks, man. All right, Megan joining the program. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Mishi online says, Gulf Shores is great, but the condo owners have gotten so greedy, it's insane. Gulf Shores is sweet, says Tony Jackson. Brandon says it's right below Mobile. Jackpot. Okay, well, on that, let's go back out to the phones here. We'll take another call. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Yes, this is Ray from Florida.
Hi, Ray.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm a Florida State fan, and I've been watching your guys' show here for the last couple of days, and trust me, I really want us to beat Clemson, but even though we're kind of hot right now, we really haven't beat anybody. North Carolina's not any good. I mean, I'm kind of looking at things in like FSU back in their heyday when I think about our team so far away from being there. Even though we are much improved, North Carolina's not any good. Syracuse is just average. You know what I'm saying? And UMass is, a high school team. So basically, if Clemson's going to score, I'd say 17 points, that's probably going to be enough to win because we're just absolutely one-dimensional. We're a run first, pass second, and Clemson's defense is probably going to shut that down.
I'm wondering if Clemson's at a point now where I just wonder if the coaching staff can get them up, meaning that they've had 7 straight years in the college football, 6 years, whatever it is, in the college football playoff. Now you're playing to go to the fucking mayonnaise bowl. I mean, seriously, it's how do you get up for that when you've been trying to compete for a national title? I mean, there's got to be a letdown there, and especially for the guys that are juniors and seniors who've been there through all of it. And it's literally, that's just the way that it is. And, the past, 2 seasons that Clemson's played Florida State, I mean, they pretty much dominated them. And, but now it's just a completely different feel with this team. And the offense is just terrible. I mean, the over-under, I can't remember what the over-under is in this game, but I'd take the under. I really would. I don't even know what it is. I'd take the under.
If it's less than 20, take the under. I mean, at 20 or more, I don't think the two teams combined could score 30 points. I don't think so. But I guess I'm being too harsh on the guys. We're really at a talent disadvantage. The best players we have on the team.
Hold on just a second. You're a Florida State fan. Isn't it weird to say that about Florida State? And I'm not trying to rip you. I'm just saying when you say we're at a talent disadvantage. And I always like even growing up, man, I remember Charlie Ward and all those guys and all the great players they had down there. And to say Florida State is at a talent disadvantage it just blows my mind. I mean, it really, really does.
Well, if you would look at the roster, which me being a Florida State fan, I'm really close to it. But of the top, just say top 10 players on the team, well, 6 or 7 of them are all transfers that transferred in. They're not players that were recruited. So the issue we had was in Jimbo's latter years, he really screwed the pooch on us. He gave up. I mean, I guess his wife, when she cheated on him, I guess that, he was just ready to get out of Tallahassee. He quit. The stupidest, dumbest hire in the history of college football is, I mean, you just can't hire Willie Taggart. He is garbage. I mean, he killed the program even worse. And with COVID year being a COVID year last year, I truly believe in Norvell. He's got us in recruiting. If we can win a few more games, all we got to do is win some games and we'll get players. That's just how it is. We'll be back on top, but you got to win some games.
Willie Taggart, by the way, to go back to that, when his season that he was there, I remember I got to interview Gene Deckerhoff, your play-by-play guy, and he told me in that interview, and I've still got the interview because I'm so like I'm a big radio geek and play-by-play guys are just cool to me. But he said that Coach Bowden liked Willie Taggart, and he just said that, and then I remember that from later on when Taggart was such a shithole. I was like, man,
well,
he had Bobby Bowden's ear, and Bobby Bowden liked him. So,
well, here's the thing. Bobby wasn't going to say anything bad about the guy, and until he basically started coaching, I mean, he had the whole university amped up and ready to go. But here's the thing: he was all hype, man, and no substance. Okay, you can talk a good game, but if you can't walk it, what does it matter? His choice of assistants was just atrocious. He brought over all of his good buddies and friends that are terrible, and he couldn't handle the job. He wasn't ready for it. Now at FAU, that's more his speed. But to be quite honest with you, I don't know what the big hoopla was about. Oregon was happy to get rid of him. They're happy with Cristobal. So it's just we've been behind the 8 ball so long. I think I can see light at the end of the tunnel now. I really like Norvell, but it's going to take him. He had to completely change the whole system. I mean, the whole. I don't know how to describe it. He had to change everything. The culture was terrible there. So he's on the right track, but would I love to be Clemson guys more than you would ever know? And I know you're a Clemson guy, but I don't know. Dabo's had a few smart things to say, but that's just Dabo, and you take it with a grain of salt. But it's going to come back to bite him in the butt one of these days, and I truly hope it might be Saturday. But anyway, guys, enjoy your show.
Thank
you. You're
definitely
Florida State fan. We've had that's the first Florida State fan we've had to call the show, and we welcome all here.
I don't think Florida State's been discussed or talked about that much since Jimbo's old lady was bouncing
the Florida trainer.
Bouncing up and down on that thing.
Yeah, well, no, Florida State hasn't been talked about that much since you last season. We're talking about fuck Florida State. I'm not picking those motherfuckers again. Fuck them. That's a classic Jackpot rant last year.
I got mad at them last year. When was that?
Oh, God. They fucked you on the spread like twice, and you were mad as fuck.
Yeah. They fucked me against Georgia Tech, though. Their first game, Norvell's first game.
That's right. And you came on and you point blank said, fuck those motherfuckers. You were madder than shit.
Here's an interesting dynamic there, and he was talking about transfers. And I don't know, do you think this will have any kind of bearing in the game defensively on the defensive side of the ball? You know, old Keir Thomas and Jamie Robinson, both Gamecock transfers, have been playing okay for Florida State. You think those two guys are gonna amp their game up any Saturday afternoon playing the former rival Taters?
I don't know.
Jamie Robinson he has 40-something tackles this year, but he was also I can't get the picture out of my mind of him loafing on that last play where they gave up the the touchdown to the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. Then number 10 was Robinson in plain view there. Just whiff it. Just give it up on the damn play.
Megan says 35-10, dogs on top. So there you go. I just remember that's a classic Jackpot rant. You could probably still find that on the YouTube channel where he literally cussed Florida State up one side and down the other. I think you even said, fuck their horse. Fuck the horse they ride in.
Yeah, White Tonto. White Tonto. Yeah, that's still not my favorite month.
Shit. That was some funny shit. All right, we'll take a call for another 5 minutes and we're out of here. 803-470-2905. Tell us why your team should win. I was expecting Bluegrass Sports Media to call tonight and tell us that Kentucky is awesome. We did have one Kentucky fan call, and
I guarantee you after they lose Saturday, you probably won't hear from them again.
We won't hear shit from them until basketball season. It'll be, basketball.
Might be him right now.
Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening.
Hey, well, how you doing?
Hey, man, How are you?
Good. What's up, Carolina Jackpot?
Oh, not much. How you doing?
Doing good. Hey, Carolina Jackpot. I guess I got a bye week because this might be a good time to take some time off. What do you think, Carolina Jackpot?
Yeah, South Carolina needs some time off. They definitely need to get rested up. They got some nagging injuries, and they need to figure out some stuff over on the offensive side of the ball. I think that they're hopefully they're putting in a lot of work this week, both coaching wise and on the practice field, and we'll get some kind of decent product out there on the field next Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening against the Florida Gators. Sure would be nice to come home and get a win, but I don't know. I ain't banking.
Hey, man, yeah. Well, hopefully they'll get it right for you Gamecock fans. Why not, man?
Oh,
Buddy,
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Carolina Jackpot. I think I think we need a tough quarterback next season. What do you think?
Tough quarterback? Yeah.
Yeah, we need a strong quarterback.
Yeah, definitely would help out a lot.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling the show, buddy. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're right. Have a good night, guys.
All right, buddy. Have a good night. See you later. All right. And final call for calls this evening. Jackpot, what are you going to do on the bye week? Are you going to watch games, right? Or are you just going to take a full break from football?
Oh, no. There's no taking breaks from football. I'll probably bunker down in here Saturday evening, shut the lights off out on the front porch so that we don't have any trick-or-treaters because, sorry. Even though I do appear very outgoing and friendly here on the show, that really just, I don't know. It's really just not my thing. So I'll probably sit here with Ziggy, finish off the rest of my candy corn, and watch the candy corn hater take down Kentucky. Maybe watch a little Clemson, Florida State action. Maybe a little Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech action. That should be a barn burner. Really exciting.
Caller, welcome in.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. This is Texas A&M fan.
Hey.
A&M fan, how the hell are you?
Hey, listen, I got some good news for Carolina Jackpot.
You know what? I'm surprised that we're taking your call.
We're taking you off the schedule.
You fucking dicked his team to death. Fucking dry dicked him. I'm surprised we're taking your call. You better be polite or I'm going to hang up on you.
Hey, listen, when OU and Texas joins the West and Carolina is off the A&M schedule for good. Never play again unless we play in the East-West championship game.
Yeah,
thank God.
Hey, listen, I want to get y'all's opinion on the Jerome Pruitt deal up in Tennessee. Should they pay this guy his coaching money or not?
Fucking pay him. Stop being cheap fucks. You fucking fired him, especially if they're talking out of both sides of their mouth because they're trying to put out this narrative that, oh, we may not get very bad sanctions, but then they're like, we fired you because we're going to get sanctions. fuck you. Pay him, you cheap Tennessee motherfuckers. Hold on. I've got the fucking, where is it? Hold on. Damn it. What did I do with it? Damn it. Every time. There it is right there.
You fucking redneck, cousin fucking, chicken fucking, hillbilly, goddamn East Tennessee outlaw mud show piece of shit.
Pay him, fuckers.
Hey, hey, listen. Also, I got another question, a big question. I'm wondering why LSU would announce that their head coach is fucking finished and just let him just stay on the staff and fuck around. I'm not sure about LSU.
I don't think LSU's sure about LSU, sir. I'm just being honest. I like LSU is one. I think it's one of the better programs in the country, but as of right now, they look like a bunch of fucking idiots down there right now. Orgeron didn't even have enough players to practice today. Wrap your head around that. We didn't have enough players. We didn't have enough players to practice. He said on the conference call today. He can't get enough motherfuckers out there to practice.
They did have enough players to go get housed by Mississippi on Saturday night.
Exactly. So Blake with a great line. LSU wants a home run higher.
I've never heard I've heard that teams canceled practices and shit last year for COVID protocols, so we were having all those problems. But I've never just fucking seen we're just going to cancel practice because we don't have. I mean, my high school, we were a 3A high school. We had trouble getting people out for it. We had like 32 guys, I think, on the team. And people would get injured and beat up. I mean, literally at one point we were down to like 25 kids on the team, and that gives you 11 on each side of the ball and 3 backups. But I mean, we never canceled a fucking practice. I mean, that's just insane. Just don't do that.
Can't do that.
Well, they do they have a bye week coming up? So I mean, I guess it's
they have a bye week, but still,
it's normal during bye week to take a day off from practice. But I mean, let it be that, not we don't.
Well, and here's the thought: not a fucking. Don't tell everybody that shit. Fuck, goddamn. We didn't have enough healthy players to practice. How about this? Those motherfuckers have quit on your sorry.
I mean, it's not working at fucking Arby's, Orgeron, where you didn't have enough people to run the damn drive-through, so you had to close at 3. Jeez.
All right, Texas A&M fan. Anything else, man?
Hey, listen. Yeah, I got a question. What kind of program does Liberty? Do they have a decent football team, Liberty?
I thought you meant Liberty High School.
They do have a decent football team, but Liberty, and I read this the other day from
they lost to UL Monroe this year, though. That's kind of shitty.
They did, but Liberty has it set, and I'm not joking. I read this on someone's Twitter where if you're caught on campus having sexual intercourse, you get fined. I think it's $300. I'm not joking. I read that. Brother, I'm not joking. It's like it's a fucking cult up there. Don't be fucking in college. No, don't do that. Like literally, they fine you. It's like $300 if you're fucking and you're not married. So
I guess it would depend on how good the piece was. It might be worth it.
Well, I'm just saying that pregnant hooker that Megan was talking about, you could probably get that on discount and then pay your $300.
Now, what about Rob? Rob, would you get fined for having sex with yourself?
That's a good question. I bet it's probably $300 for fucking somebody else. It's probably $150 for fucking yourself. That's a good question, Jack.
Like if the librarian walked you in and caught you beating it to the Hustler magazine on the toilet in the library, would you get fined for that?
I don't know. Hold on, let me see here. I'm finding the actual story on this because we could talk about this really quick here. And I know I read it, and they were talking about someone called it a cult. And I'm trying to find it. It was like a couple of days ago, and I thought about sending it to you, Jackpot, but it was really funny. So give me a minute, and I'll find that. But yeah, it's fucking weird. is basically the
What's that
only
in
term that I
Pennsylvania?
can use.
Is Liberty in Pennsylvania? Is the campus in
It's-
Pennsylvania?
No, it's in Virginia.
Don't talk about Pennsylvania that way.
Yeah. I thought Virginia was for lovers. Apparently, you can't fuck at Liberty, though.
Oh, speaking of Virginia, Rob, did you see this story? And apparently, this happened back in May about the Virginia Tech football player who he was hooking up. He was hooking up with a Tinder date, and he went to her, I guess, apartment. It turned out that it was like a guy that was like 40 years old who had, I guess, catfished this football player. So it goes on to say in this story, he groped for the Tinder date in the dark, and then when he realized that it was a guy, he beat the shit out of him. Beat him in the face, and he ended up killing him.
Oh God, no! You don't
So
want to kill
now
anybody.
he's been charged now with like second-degree manslaughter. He's been kicked off. He was already kicked off the team or suspended from the team pending the investigation. Now he's like facing these either manslaughter or murder charges. I'm not exactly sure what the story is on like this news breakout, but yeah, that's a fact. So Virginia's definitely really not for lovers.
All right, so let me read this to you because I actually found the story. All right, so relationships, a statement on sexual responsibility and relationships. Sexual relations outside of a biblically ordained marriage between a natural-born man and a natural-born woman are not permissible at Liberty. So yeah, you can't be doing any if you're gay, you can't be doing that. So romantic displays of affection with a member of the same sex and actions confirming denial of biological birth sex are prohibited. In personal relationships, students are encouraged to know and abide by common sense guidelines to avoid the appearance of impropriety. Here's the other thing. 30 points may include a $300 fine, 30 hours of community service, severe or recurring academic misconduct, violation of the statement on sexuality and relationships, sexual morality, including inappropriate interpersonal contact, spending a night with a member of the opposite sex. So if you stay the night with somebody and they're the opposite sex, it's going to cost you $300.
Well, listen, Rob. Now I don't know if you heard, but starting today, you can get a passport and your gender can be X. You can get a legal passport and have a gender of X. So then you may lose some of those.
Well, Jackpot had his for X forever, so fuck, he was ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I was a trailblazer in that regard.
Damn it.
All kind of
There you
jokes.
go with that.
I mean, this does not seem like the perfect environment for Hugh Freeze, a man who had. I mean, this guy had all the hookers numbers and all this shit in his burner phone. I mean, what the hell?
What a mess. All right. Well, Texas A&M fan, thanks for calling, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll talk to y'all soon. Take it easy.
All right. There you go. All right. So before we get out of here, Jackpot, I wanted to put a little something out there. We were talking about Halloween and all that. If you see someone with a blue pumpkin, remember that a blue pumpkin when they're trick-or-treating means the kid's autistic. And it's something that's important to me with my son having autism. So if you see somebody with a blue pumpkin and you're giving out treats, give them extra treats. Those kids, like Halloween's a big fucking deal to those kids. And
I thought you were going to tell me it was for the Big Blue Nation.
No, if the blue pumpkin
Give them plenty of candy.
Yeah, well, if you're into all that, if you're doing the trick or treating, you're not hiding like Jackpot, and you see a kid with a blue pumpkin.
Coon says, "What would be the penalty at Liberty if two male students married each other? Wouldn't be one. You can't go there if you're gay.
Death, yeah, pretty much.
That's why. I mean, it's kind of. I don't know. Is it discrimination? I don't know. I mean, because it's in their rules. I mean, it's their rules. I mean,
and that's the thing too. And I don't want to get into a political thing here, but they are a private university, so they can set whatever rules that they want.
Yeah,
so our country's built up there. So anyway, So not to get into all of that, but what we've learned is you can't. That's what I've learned from today's show. You can't fuck at Liberty. It costs $300 a pop, and the blue pumpkins thing. I hope everybody learns that. If you see a kid with a blue pumpkin, they're autistic. Give them a second. They may not say trick or treat to you. They may not give you the old song and dance that all the other kids give you, but give them some damn candy for God's sake. There you go with that. Jackpot, you got anything else?
I don't. This has been an interesting show, to say the least.
To say the least.
I've been very entertained. I hope that everyone else has as well.
All right. Well, that's what we try to do here is entertain some folks.
So,
all right.
Halloween is Sunday. Pointed out over here in the comment section, it's Sunday. So I'm assuming that a lot of trick-or-treaters are going to go out on Saturday. Is that the way that's going to work? I don't know. My college, he's a little shit.
Well, like, here's the thing.
If you're watching, I don't mean that.
My kids are, my daughter is big into like Comic-Con. So they have the big Comic-Con convention in downtown Columbia this week. So I'm taking her to that on Saturday. And then I have to DJ a Halloween party on Friday night and Saturday night. So I assume there'll be, I have no fucking clue. No clue whatsoever. So there's that.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I just keep my porch light turned on. I really don't participate in that too much. I just hunker down in here with Ziggy, like I said, with candy corn and watch football. Sounds like more fun.
Well, be nice to the trick-or-treaters, Jackpot. They love you too.
I will. I gave some of them cigarettes one time a few years back. I got in trouble over that.
Oh, goddamn. All right. With that trick-or-treating, fuck me. With that, the show's over.